What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 88. Today was week 15, day 3. We had some deadlifts on the menu, top set of 4, and a 4 by 4 for back downs. I may have goofed a little bit today. I forgot to load 190 on the bar. I loaded 185 again, which I did last week, which is just 407 pounds. Um, and I just forgot, I was just going through the motion, not going through the motions, but I was like turbo locked in, and I put it on the bar, and I was like, is this? For some reason, I was counting the fives as tens. So when I got to my top set, I just ended up doing 407 again, which is not it's not a huge deal. It moved good, and next week I'm going to be taking a jump anyway. And this also didn't move that well, to be honest. So, and maybe it was better that I didn't load it. It wasn't the best moving thing ever. So I also had like peak volume for deadlift. So I'm coping really hard. But I believe that next week's jump will be fine still because I was gonna jump from 190. I think it was 190 to 200 maybe, or um 195 to 200 actually. Cause no, it was 190 because this is the last week, and then I'm going triples next week. But I think it will be fine anyway. I've done this jump before, to 200, for a top set of triples. So not too worried about it. Other than that, today was a pretty good workout. Felt strong on my back downs. Moved with intent, with speed, with power, as I usually try to move my back downs just as explosive as I can be. Um, and then I also trimmed more volume off of Kelso's and off of some bicep stuff because as I get heavier on squats, I don't want I don't want to get like bicep tendonitis because I'm trying to go too hard on bicep training. I'm still unsure. I'm probably gonna cut off some tricep volume too, because I feel like it's the same thing, right? With my elbows. I don't want my elbows to get jammed up, from doing all the benching I'm doing plus all the tricep stuff I'm doing. And I think that I will still be able to make good progress with what I'm doing without having to do as much volume. So I'm just adjusting because we're pretty much getting into the meat of it, right? I'm gonna do 3 weeks of triples and then like a small peak, and then where we're maxing out. So at this point, I'm trimming the fluff, removing some stuff, and pretty much from there, it's just gonna be go time. So I'm just making sure that I'm doing what I need to keep the strength where it needs to be, and not much more. Everything is just really focused, locked in on the compounds. They're not trying to move with intent. But I'm still bringing intensity on these, just not as much as I would, I guess, over sets, which maybe might be better. I've always wanted to try lower volume. I just really like to push it on the volume. So um, other than that, this was a solid session. I came in, I did it, I did what needed to be done, except for my top set, and I still got better from last week on this session, which is more than I can ask for. I'm gonna get an update on the next day of what my body weight is because I feel like I dropped more this week because I missed some small food like areas that I usually eat. But not like huge, like 150 to 200 calories on one day, and then another day I think it was like 100. Um, so it won't be that big of a swing. Maybe like 3 pounds. I'm expecting to be like 285 on my next training day or my off day. Um, but yeah, man, just working my ass off to try to get back to my peak strength and beyond. I believe that I can do it this year, not this year, next year, and then maybe hit some PRs towards the end next year. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribe, and I will see you on the 7th for my secondary bench day. Thanks for watching.